Disclaimer before the video starts, I'm not an expert in anything and these are just my opinions as a normal viewer watching the girls for the first time. Please leave your ranks and opinions in the comments below, or correct me if I made a wrong judgment somewhere. Also thanks for clicking on this. FYI, I won't be speaking anyone's name because we all know the speech-to-text dictation will butcher the pronunciation. Instead I'll just zoom into their faces while talking about a particular person so you know who I'm talking about. So, the first performance, Rumor, by C Group Visual Colors. It was a good performance, with some obvious mistakes, and not the strongest vocals in my opinion by some members, but I liked the energy, and obviously, she stole the show with her dance and rap and vocals. She's my ultimate bias right now, and even for her, apart from that big voice crack, I really liked her singing and was obsessed with her voice, especially the last line gave me chills. Definitely not an S, but I don't know whether it should be A or B. It's literally the first performance and I'm already suffering. Okay, I'll make another category in between and let's call it A-. The next performance is Fancy by J Group Crystal Girls. Again, it was a good and decent performance. There were no obvious glaring mistakes. The vocals could have been better, but they were not bad necessarily. By the end the vocals started to go down a bit I think. She was the best one by far in this and really saved this performance. I feel like it wasn't good enough for A+ though. I'll give this one A- too. Alright, next is one of my favorite performances, Black Mamba by K Group Cuties. It was amazing, energetic, top-notch vocals, everything. Yes, there was a small voice crack by her but seriously, it was so small, I couldn't even tell where it was while rewatching the full unedited performance on YouTube. I'm not saying it wasn't there because obviously the judges pointed it out, but it was so insignificant compared to the hot vocals that she served throughout the performance. I mean, I got goosebumps. She really climbed up my bias list despite a mistake, and obviously her performance was flawless, and her expressions were to kill for. Definitely S for me. Next is Kick It by K Group Hot Sauce, and oh my did it blow me away. Performing a boy group song and with such power and absolutely killer stable vocals and perfect dancing. Don't even get me started about her stage presence because oh my god. Her expressions and just something about her eyes, I felt like she was possessed in a good way. She's another one of my bias already, but both of them seriously did amazing. How are these girls just trainees? No doubt S. In fact let me just go and make it S++ cause just S doesn't cut it. Next is Dum Dee Dum Dee by J Group December Girl. I enjoyed this performance, and as everyone has already said, it was one of the most stable performances vocal wise. Their dance was also nice with no faults whatsoever. I do feel however that maybe the expressions could have been better. Like she looked too relaxed and chill for a song which gives such happy energetic vibes. In my opinion both of them should have been smiling more. Lol, I'm sorry, that's the only reason I'm giving it A+ instead of S. Next is a solo performance, Black, by J Group's third ranker. I don't have much to say, it was a good performance obviously. She was stable overall, which is even more commendable given that it was a solo act, meaning she had more lines. She even gave a killer high note in the end after all the dancing. The dance was also good. I just can't find a wow factor in this. I'll put this in A-. Next is Hug You, by J Group Spring Girls. This was a very cute feel-good performance. Again, I couldn't find any faults in this as such. The vocals maybe weren't the best, but still good, especially by her. When she started singing, I took a look at her rank and was shocked to see 15. I was expecting it to be more given her amazing performance. I think there could have been more energy and better stage presence, but it was good overall. I'll put this in A- as well. Next is one of my favorite one from performances which weren't shown in the episode, which is Non-Stop by J Group Energy Youngest. So obviously this one wasn't vocally strong, but I found the dance to be really good, especially in the chorus. But the reason why it's in my top performances is because of her. I don't know what it is about her, but I'm just really drawn to her, and I remember when I saw this on YouTube I was like, she's so good, it's a shame they didn't show her, but it's all well because she was in the judges' top 9, so I'm very happy about that. But for the performance of both overall, I'm confused between A- and B. Should I make another category in between? Lol, no I shouldn't. Let's keep it in B for now. I'll make final adjustments later if I feel like it. Next is the most anticipated performance perhaps, Boombayah by J Group Burn Crush. I don't think there's even any need to explain why it is in S tier. Vocals perfect, dance perfect, rap perfect, expressions, yes perfect. Even during the small freestyle part here, You can see none of them looked awkward at all. I do wish that we could have gotten to see her singing a bit, maybe because she was so built up since the start as the #1 contestant and ace. I know she's a rapper and dancer primarily, but given that we got to see other aces of the group showcase all 3 skills, I wanted to see it from her too. Even though I do not support this new expectation from all 4th generation groups to be good at everything. I sound like a hypocrite right now, lol, I'm sorry. Anyways, they were amazing in this. End of story. Go to S-tier. My favorite performance where the members were robbed of being top 9 candidates. It's Pop Stars by K-Group Shooting Star. Judges, are you kidding me? Why were these 2 girls not candidates for the top 9? I'm still so pissed about this. All 3 were absolutely amazing and all of them deserved to be candidates. I mean, when she jumped out from between them and started spitting fire with such power, and then her amazing falsetto vocals, oh my god, I fell in love. Also, side note, I don't know if this matters, but I feel like giving her slightly different outfit than the other 2 helped her in standing out more. Like the pants are different color and she's without the ugly looking black sleeve nets. I don't know, it just made them look like her backup dancers. But anyways, obviously this is an S-tier. Here comes my other favorite performance from the first episode, Crazy, by K-Group Monster Baby. Oh my god, what was this? I'm speechless after this. The audience and judges' reaction was really deserved with this. It was insane. Her dance energy, oh my god, it was something. And her singing was so unique with her high voice. I was took by surprise when she started singing. And her vocals too, oh my god, I can only say oh my god here. The one thing that I would like to mention is that I felt like her expressions were a bit off. Like I don't know, it felt like she was in pain while or just too focused on giving nice vocals that she completely forgot about expressions. But that's it, everything else was perfect, top notch. Debut them right now. S+++ for this performance. So next is Violetta by C-Group Luxury Proportion. It was again a good performance. Lol, I don't think there was any bad performance anyways. The dance was good, very well synchronized. The vocals weren't anything amazing, but again there were no glaring mistakes. I did feel like it wasn't as smooth of a performance overall, and maybe needed to work on expressions. I think, let's put it in B. Next up are my lovely cute babies, the C-Group Twins. Now I know their vocals really need a lot of improvement, but this performance was just so entertaining to watch. I can still watch it 10 times without getting bored. I'm not saying that ability to engage the audience matters more than their skills, but it can't be ignored either. In fact, after rewatching it for this video, I noticed that her dancing is not bad actually. The choreo itself is a bit odd and unique, which may give off silly vibes, but she did well with the choreo, and her expressions were amazing. If it weren't for me being biased, maybe I would put this in C, but since this is my video and I'm biased, I'll put it in B, lol. Next is again a C group, Shining Girl performing Twinkle. I think they were the only group to perform with handheld mics, which already tells us that we should focus more on their vocals, which they served well, especially towards the end. But we still can't ignore the dance, and although there wasn't much of it in the first place, I did feel that they could do better, and they were out of sync with each other multiple times. As for their vocals, there's no doubt they were good, but still not the best out of all the contestants, who even gave strong choreos together. I think, maybe B or C? Lol, is that too harsh? Okay, you know what, I'm making B+ and B-. Let me regroup all the performances in B real quick. There we go. Next is Dolphin by C-Group S2. It was an okay performance. The vocals weren't good enough, but I feel like high-pitched songs like this are already more difficult to sing while dancing, and they weren't that bad. There was the obvious big voice crack, which I don't mind. I feel like everyone should be allowed one voice crack without being badly judged for it, lol. The dance was good, but nothing special. Also, I believe this was the shortest performance out of all of them. I'll put them in C tier. Alright, next is Roly Poly by C-Group 0505 Youngest. So, the dance was good. They were pretty stable in vocals, I guess. Mnet really made it look like it was the worst thing ever for no reason, lol. I won't say they were bad, but it did feel like it was not a survival show level performance. Maybe it was because of the song choice, I don't know. Kind of underwhelming performance. I'll put in C tier. Next up is the kind of controversial performance, Helicopter, by C-Group Strong Girls. Now obviously, I'll be judging this performance keeping aside her comments. I'll take it into account if I make a tier list or ranking video for the girls individually. The performance was good obviously. I think dance was their main area. Vocals were kind of mixed. Sometimes really good like in the high note at the end, and sometimes okay. Rap was also good. I just didn't really get hyped up watching it like I did with some other top performances. I'm confused between A- and B+, but considering that they got good remarks, I'll place them in A-. Now the last performance from episode 1, Wannabe, by C-Group Palette Girls. This was a tough song to begin with, and they performed decently. I really liked her. It looked like she was enjoying and had good energy and best vocals in the group. Her singing was very off, I'm sorry, and for other they were okay. I liked the parts where they all sang together. They all danced good enough, but nothing special. I'll put them in B-. Starting with episode 2's performances, which were all robbed of screen time, which also makes it a bit difficult for me to judge them because 1. They're not in my memory as well as the episode 1 performances were, and 2. Because I do rely a lot on the judges' comments, because obviously I'm not an expert in anything, I'm just judging as a normal audience member. First was Go Go BB by J Group Joker. It was very energetic with perfect vocals. No faults obviously. The star of this performance was obviously her, who is known for her vocals. But honestly for me what I liked about her was her dance and enthusiasm more. Like look at her, you can just tell how much she enjoys performing. Some people might call this over dancing, but for me I'm a sucker for this type of dancing. I loved it, but not enough to put an S tier lol. It goes an A+ for me. Next was maybe the most awaited performance, at least by me, Mr. Chew by K Group 18 Girls. So, the performance was, I think, between good and okay lol. Obvious things like what the judges said, their expressions needed work. They didn't seem to enjoy the performance, which is important for bright upbeat songs like this. The vocals were mixed. Some members were good and some were not. Dance was also decent but not energetic enough maybe. Also a lot of the singing was done together by all of them at the same time, which made it harder to judge their vocals. I did like this starting and ending step. They really did it very fluidly and it felt smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. As for her, I love her, and let me be honest, I started watching this show because of her lol, but baby you looked kind of awkward during this performance, especially in this step. I'm being biased here and I want her to stay on the show a little longer to see her improvement. As for the performance, I'll give it a B-. Next is Wow Thing by K Group Fireworks. This was literally a flawless performance. Every time a member started singing I was in awe. As the judges said, the vocals were so strong and full, even while performing difficult steps. I wish she was given more lines because I had heard a lot about her and wanted to see her shine more. But nonetheless everyone was perfect and they deserved getting in top 9 candidates. S-tier. Next is another one of my favorite performances from all, Snapping by C Group's second ranker, a solo performance. Again, I don't think I need to explain why this performance was amazing. She gave us everything. The dancing was nice and powerful and crisp. Her stage presence was amazing. She had such swag and a different aura, expressions on point, and such powerful vocals. I'm in love. I honestly think she deserved to be ranked first in the judges' top 9, or at least in top 3. This is S tier for me. Next is another solo, Paradise, by K Group's 14th ranker. This performance was again amazing. For me it was her confidence and expressions that did it for me, but the dance was on point too. Look at this move, and this waist bend. The vocals weren't perfect but they were good enough I think. They did sound a little bit awkward during some parts, but during the high notes she did good. I think I'll put this at A-. Next up is Maria, by C Group Dreaming Magic Girl. This was a nice powerful performance. The vocals were not perfect but I think their dance kind of made up for it. Also their expressions were same throughout but it worked for this song. I doubt though if they'll be able to pull off other concepts. I don't know between A and B. Let's go with B+. Now we have Bounce Back, by K Group Boyoon. Another perfect performance. They had solid vocals, solid dance, and I loved their energy and expressions. One thing I really enjoyed about their performance was them singing back and forth with each other. It was so seamless and they had amazing chemistry. Some other groups also had this where the members had to sing back and forth to like complete the melody but they were often awkward. These girls nailed it though. The choreo was so jumpy and powerful but they were still singing like it was nothing, and really enjoying the stage. Definitely S tier. Make way for Queen's performance, aka Bubble Pop by K Group's Angel. Now before you say how biased I am, let me tell you I didn't even follow CLC before this. I had just heard Helicopter and liked it but I never got around to getting to know them. I just fell in love with her despite not knowing her before. That aside, this performance was downright perfect. Her energy, her vocals, her detailed dance, the expressions, the overall vibe she gave, everything. I saw some comments defending her saying that it's okay even if she did an easy dance and I was like hello. How is this considered easy? Look how much jumping there is. This would be very tough to sing along while dancing. She's also the only one who followed the stage camera with her eyes. I'm not saying everyone should have done that but it's definitely something to notice about her. Without a doubt, S tier. Next up we have Boogie Up, by J Group Sparkling Girls. I liked the dance and general vibes in this. They gave off good energy, but the vocals weren't at par. I don't have much to say about this one. I think I'll put it in B+ or minus. OK+. Moving on to What a Man by K Group, Electric Shock. This was unexpected but I loved this performance. Their dancing was solid. There were one or two vocal mishaps but still overall strong vocals. For me, she stole the performance, stage presence and vocals wise. I wish they were given more screen time. I don't know between A+ or minus. I think the other two performances in A+ were better so I'll give it an A-. Next is La Tata by J Group Witches. This was an okay performance. Even though the vocals were loud and strong, they were a bit monotonous. Expressions could have been better too. Overall just the girls didn't seem to be into the performance themselves. I think their vocals can reach great heights with the right training and time. For now I'll give it C. Only 3 to go, with the next being Siren by C Group's ninth ranker. Her eyes were glaring into my soul and I love it. I wasn't sure about the vocals but I could tell despite some slips that she has strong vocal ability, and I love her energy. You can tell how hard she is going when her earring gets yeeted away, and it takes real courage to perform a judge's song in front of them. I think let's keep it in A- or B+. Actually I'm sorry. Second last performance is 1000% by J Group Marshmallows. I like this performance. The vocals were good in a few parts, but mostly a bit awkward. I felt the harmonizing towards the end was very off, but I could be wrong. Apart from vocals, I liked the overall vibes, and they looked natural. Still not a very strong performance. I'll put it in B+. Finally, the last one is I Can't Stop Me by K Group Cotton Candy. Now we all know how hard this song can be to perform. It has an intense choreo and the chorus has some pretty high notes. Their vocals were not up to par obviously. The energy felt kind of down. The dancing was still decent enough, but the vocals really brought it down. This song was not a good choice probably. B-. Here is the final list. Please feel free to tell me how you think I should have ranked them in the comments below. If you want to make your own tier list for these performances, there's a link in the description to take you to this template I made. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.